Aloha, aloha, you demons. So this is the first live I'm doing from the Eudaimonia Facebook page, and I'm really excited and nervous. Thank you for tuning in, whoever is going to tune in. So my promise was that I'm going to take you through a little tour of how the other side of purpose looks like. So, I'm Christina Garidi, I'm a purpose coach, and literally what I do is I help high-flying clients, professionals, discover what purpose is, and I help them find meaning in their work and really help them design a fulfilling career. So you may say, well, what exactly is this? How does that look like? If I could simplify it, I basically transform purpose seekers into purpose leaders. And the reason why I'm dedicated to this is because purpose seekers are very special creatures. I absolutely adore working with purpose seekers. These professionals are very much in tune with what they want to achieve in their life. They want to do work that matters. They want to do, they want to make an impact in the world. They want to grow, learn, contribute. They know there's more to life than just, work and career and money and all of that stuff. So I guess the important thing here is that purpose seekers, they just need that little thing to tune into their heart in order to be able to become purpose leaders and start sharing their gifts out there. And really the key of what purpose coaching does for these high-flying professionals is that I literally just turn a key and I help them tune into their full potential. And really, all I do is I realign them with what their truth is. So what is purpose? On average, right, in our career, what is purpose? Is our truth. So what I do is I just align all of that in a direction that feels right for people. And guys, welcome on board. I can see a couple of faces. Hello, Paul. Hello, Christo. I can't see the others, but thank you for tuning in. So keep putting likes and stuff so that I can see you. Welcome on board. Hello, you demons. So my really promise to you for today. Hello, Effie. How are you? My promise really for today was to kind of take you on a little tour of how the other side of purpose looks like. So, but before I do that, I really want to kind of say that, look, I know it can be a little bit, stressful, scary to discover our purpose. Some of us would think, okay, well, what if I find it? Hello, Joe. What if I find it and it's not what I want, or it doesn't align with my current career? It doesn't really, hello, Christina. It's quite a stressful prospect sometimes when we are in a career and we know it doesn't really work for us. Hello, Alexi, good morning. I can imagine, and I just wanted to do a live on making sure that people are not scared to find their purpose. Because once you find that purpose, it's really a matter of feeling alive. You discover your reason why, and that really moves you from the core. Hello, Katerina. Hello, Costadina. Good morning. I hope it's sunny in Greece, huh? And think of finding purpose as something, it's like falling in love. It's like that energy that comes from inside, and it can get really obsessive, actually. It's a very interesting feeling. And purpose seekers, when they transform to purpose leaders, what happens is that they redefine what success means for them. So you don't have to really wait for other people in your workplace to validate you, to tell you, yeah, what you're doing is great. You are successful now. Hello. So it's a very, very interesting transformation that goes from within. And the most beautiful part is that you discover a commitment to your cause, to your calling that you never had before. You know, a lot of us, nowadays especially, We are a little commitment phobes, right? But with purpose, somehow it just happens. You don't have a choice anymore. It's a very beautiful feeling to discover. And I think the most important thing that happens on the other side of purpose is that you don't feel that you're floating anymore. You don't feel lost. You don't need to know why anymore. You just know what it is that you need to do intuitively. And basically, I call this, instead of floating, you're flowing. You've got direction now. So these are some of the things that, I want to share in terms of what happens on purpose. Now, you may say, well, practically though, Christina, what does it really mean for my career? And this means that once you are a purpose leader, you are authentically exuding your gift, you're expressing it. What does that actually mean? It means that you don't doubt yourself anymore. You don't doubt whether this is the right thing to do. Will I get accepted about this? You just have to express it. You just have to do it. And you do have a clear direction in your career. Wherever you may be in life, in your career, at any stage of your life, you know where the right direction for you is. Not what the career path is, what the industry tells you, what your mentor tells you, what your parents perhaps tell you if you're young. What you do when you work on your purpose is that you actually find an empowering meaning of everything that you do, of everything that has happened in your life, up until now and into the future. So you remember what Steve Jobs said in his, I think it was commencement speech at Stanford? Yes. So he said that the dots will connect. So the funny part about purpose is that you're not going to discover something entirely different that you never ever knew about yourself. People think that, oh my God, if I find it, it's not what I want, it's going to be the end of my life, I'm going to have to make a career change. None of that. Somehow, all the dots, everything that you've done in the past will connect just at the right pace, at the right time for you to make sense of why all of this has happened and how can you utilize it going forward. This is exactly how a purpose journey looks like. And it's not scary as people think. It's not as dramatic. Perhaps there isn't a career change that will come out of the blue and suddenly you're a nurse and you'll realize that you have to be an astrophysicist. It doesn't work like that normally. So it's really connecting the dots on what you know. And you don't have to let go of everything. You will somehow find a new meaning in everything that you had already in front of you. And you'll be able to utilize it because you know what you're here for. And do you have any questions, guys? I just wanted to step in and say welcome, say hi, like or share the live. And do you have any questions so far? Or did you have any perhaps realizations while I was talking, or anything you wanted to share? I know 13 people are live, so give me some love. I don't know if I can see them actually. I can see the comments coming through. So if you've got a question, you can let me know. Until you type up your question because you're on your phone. Hey, thanks. Can I have multiple purposes, callings in life? Absolutely, Alexi. I wouldn't necessarily call them multiple purposes, but you can definitely be attracted to different, causes for sure. And you can change your focus at any one time. Hello, Nicoletta. How are you? Long time no see. So, I don't know if that answers your question, Alexi, but normally, we call people multi-passionate because you can have many passions, as long as you can align them in yourself and you know how to make sense of them, which is what meaning is ultimately. You can put them together in a way that makes sense to you. Yes, and you can change purpose, by the way. So it isn't set in stone, because remember what I said about purpose. Purpose is your truth. So you may change your truth, and there's no judgment on that. You can absolutely have multiple purposes in life, and as these reveal themselves and they emerge within you, you just have to follow them. You will know, you will commit to them because they are true to you at a time. Does that answer your question, Alexi? I hope so. Christina, this is amazing. I have a few causes, but one purpose. Interesting. Christina has given us a perspective on how she interprets her different causes and why she pursues them, right? But the purpose, and I hope you don't mind me, Christina, sharing, is that you want to revolutionize education, right? That what you need to do in what ways along the way in order to achieve that, the overarching goal that gives you full meaning is within you. You know that. It's just sometimes it takes long, right? Otherwise our life will be done, because if this is your purpose, then your life's purpose, work, would have been done. Therefore you need to pursue another purpose. Hello, Katerina. So you need to practice the purposeful decisions. Absolutely. And you need a compass to be able to align your heart with what you're doing at any one time. Thank you, Alexia. I'm glad it does. Costadina. So great comment, Katerina. Yes, absolutely. You need to practice the purposeful decisions. It means that you literally need to put your values in place in terms of how you bring that purpose into life, how you enable, your work to be seen in the world. Because purpose seekers, I was saying at the very beginning before anybody joined, they're very special creatures. They know they want to deliver an impact. They know they want to leave a legacy behind. They know they want to make a difference, a tangible difference in the world. And if you don't have a cause, you cannot have an effect, right? You cannot possibly project your work to the world if you haven't conceived it first, if you haven't seen it. And we need to step by step align that vision with who we are, because we are the ones who are bringing it to life. We need to bear the baby before it comes to life, and we need to give it all the right principles. So I think that's what Katerina meant, and I can definitely, relate to the wording used, purposeful decisions there. At any one point, there might be dilemmas, but it's, really aligning, okay, who am I in this and where am I going? And is this the right thing for me? So when we are purpose seekers and purpose leaders, we stop aligning to external measures of success and acceptance, but actually we start tuning in more and more into who we are and what we bring to this world. Joe, how do we know when we found our purpose? Very, very beautiful question. Thank you. So we know when we found our purpose when we just know. We are not looking for an answer anymore. We have a good enough reason to obsess about something and want to bring it to the world, and somehow we find the right people to belong to. We know what can bring value to this world, and we somehow are very clear about how we need to do it step by step. We may not be able to see the whole path, but we are able to see the next couple of steps, and we are duly just doing it. Sometimes we may resist things, but we know it's the right thing to do. We are actually quite obsessed about it, and we need to do it. Otherwise, we won't find peace. Does that answer your question? So yeah, it gives us a lot of energy. It gives us a lot of energy that if we don't channel it the way we see fit, we cannot find rest. Katerina, thank you for your question. It is true the statement that when you find your purpose, you wake up full, alive with energy? Because I don't feel that way. Good, great question, Katerina. So this will come. I know from myself, and I know from a lot of my clients, sometimes we need a little bit of adjustment, because especially if we've been living a lifestyle, or we've been in work, or we've been in situations or circumstances that we're wired in a certain way, and we're still in that work place where perhaps it may be toxic for us, or it may not be the right place where we feel that our potential is fully utilized. What tends to happen is it still drags us down, right? So the first step, I guess, towards aligning ourselves to our purpose is to change those circumstances. Either you may want to decide to change careers if that's what you want to do. Most of my clients don't. They change the circumstances they're in by having the right conversations with their colleagues and so on, and making the changes that align to their values. But actually, we need to recalibrate some of our circumstances. So say, okay, can I keep this? Yes or no? Can I keep this? Yes or no? And we need to start connecting more with our purpose on the inside, which means we need to learn how to motivate ourselves. There is a rhythm, there is a music. When we connect to our muse, our purpose muse, there is a music within that. And if we're not allowing this to flow, it doesn't actually give us energy. So how do you get energy? When you are actually aligned, when you are in your truth. So our job is to actually take away the obstacles or navigate through the obstacles so that we can flow. Energy is flow, right? There's no other way. So being in balance, harmony with our demons is the way forward. And that journey may look very, very different for every one person. If you know your purpose, your job is to start allowing yourself to flow, to be in that zone. So, for example, for me, it looks like in the morning, I read the books that give me joy, I connect with people I want, I listen to the music I want, and I create based on my work, which is teach people, enable people to find more purpose. So find your balance, because you need to work with your purpose. You are the one who will bring this baby to the world. Therefore, you need to enable yourself to flow. Does that somehow give a little bit of a direction, Katerina, on how you need to rearrange your life, perhaps a little bit to get that music flowing? If you're there, give me a nudge. Hello, Katerina. Welcome on board. Katerina Valenza. We've got two Katerinas. So, thank you very much, guys, for your questions. Keep them coming in. So, while you're typing, I'm going to go and share a little bit about how do you know if you are actually a purpose seeker. So, I hear from most of my clients, and I used to feel that way a long time ago, 7 years ago. I was pretty lost. I felt that my work was getting me into a vicious circle that I couldn't get away. It was like a hamster wheel, you know. I just couldn't see how I can get out of this. This vicious circle that I put myself in wasn't giving me joy. I couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. And I had no motivation, no excitement. I was lacking direction. I didn't know what my next career move was going to be. I couldn't find confidence. I was really lacking confidence in my career towards the end of it. And there was three things that I was constantly feeling: that I was not growing, that I was not challenging myself, and that I'm not learning, which is basically death, right? For somebody who pursued personal development later down the line, I think, you know, that was a big realization. But first and foremost, it kind of felt that way. It felt that I knew there was more to life, but I wasn't able to have access to that. So I wasn't utilizing my full potential. I wasn't feeling alive. And alive meaning I wasn't challenged enough to say, okay, oh my God, my heart is beating. This is really challenging, exciting. I wouldn't avoid it. It's really pushing me to become more me, a better version of me, or at least I'm coming, you know, eye to eye with potential failure, but you know, I'm really sticking down this road because it's meaningful to me. So these struggles, these challenges are meaningful to me. There wasn't that sense. Whatever I was doing didn't matter. I wasn't interested in it, right? So I'm just sharing that because a lot of you may relate to that, at least for whomever is a purpose seeker and may see this live later on. So if you feel like your career is not moving towards a direction that you feel aligned with, you know, you may be going through what I call a career plateau. And that happens often in our careers, okay? Because our careers, if you think in the corporate world, sometimes are designed in a way that there's promotions, there's advancement, but what actually this is not taking you into account. This is what the industry considers is the right way forward. But what about you bringing your gifts into what you're doing every day? And that's the difference between fitting in and belonging. And belonging comes from eudaimonia, right? Comes from pursuing your purpose, because you actually bring your real authentic self into the workplace. And this is possible, by the way, without having to change careers or change industries. It's just making a few little adjustments that are right for you. So in case any of you are thinking, okay, oh my God, I'm stuck in COVID, I'm stuck in lockdown, I'm working from home, my career is not taking me anywhere, I don't know where to go next, I don't know how to start this journey, how do I figure this out? I need a sabbatical, I need to go to an Indian retreat, and find myself. Don't worry. Let's not big up too much. At least, I'm saying that because I didn't have the support at the time to go through it. Let's not big up that this is a existential crisis, that you need to go somewhere far away, remove yourself from everyone and try and figure it out on your own. Thankfully, you don't have to do that. You can start the journey very, very quickly, actually next week. So this is an invitation for me to join me on my free webinars. I'm doing only 2 webinars once a year on the platform on eudaimonia. And I want to invite you, if you are a purpose seeker and you want to get the mechanics, the what actually are the key elements to allow you to start being on purpose, to start actually making sense of your career as it is right now, and really dispel any myths that are holding you back. Because most of us, we're so confused about what purpose is. Hello, Nancy. You know, girl. Most of us are so confused about, what purpose is, how it should look like, how my career, what if, I have to leave everything behind. What will happen if, perhaps I've got kids, I've got, a job, I've got a mortgage. Do I have to leave everything behind? No. But it's so important to know, instead of being ignorant, come find out. And I want to spill the beans, because there's so much tension around this topic. There's so much secrecy. It's almost a taboo in the workplace. And I want everybody to talk about purpose, because actually it's so simple. It's so true for everyone, and everyone has purpose within them. And once we find that little light, it can really change our lives. So next week, I was saying, there's an invitation for all my purpose seekers who want to actually, hello, Kate. So lovely to see you. Yes, I need a bit of sunshine. Can you send some, please, over in Windsor? Because it's quite dark here. I've got all the lights on, but it's still dark. So I want to dispel all the myths that are holding you back from finding your purpose. I want to show you the basics of how to find purpose, and I want to explain them to you. And last but not least, I want to give you the only 2 ingredients that really can help you design a fulfilling career. There's no magic to it. Trust me, there's no magic to it. But I want you to know, and then you can start seeing the signs in your life, in your career. And of course, any questions you've got, start putting them here now. Joe, what are you saying? It's crazy how this doesn't get taught in schools and colleges. Absolutely. And this is one of my missions. I was with Loughborough University, the Students' Union, and it was so beautiful to see young people discover purpose when we did the workshops. And it was just mind-blowing. And everybody has purpose. Everybody has purpose. And it can apply to any industry. It can apply to any stage in our lives. And I want more people to know these things, because it can really make a difference in how we see work, how we can allow our employers to utilize more of us, how we can bring our authentic selves to work, and how we can suffer less from all these shoulds, how things should be at work, how we should be more professional, how we should be, more productive, and all of that. We can be more productive when we're aligned and when we are in our truth and when we express fully rather than hold back. Thank you. Absolutely, Joe. So yes, this is one of my missions. And of course, whoever is going to come to the webinar will have the knowledge, and I want you to share it with more and more people. And I want you to promise me that. Any questions around what's holding you back perhaps in your journey towards purpose? And Joe, if you can put the link below for the webinar, that would be great. It's next week, guys. It's on Tuesday and Thursday. 7 p.m. UK time. It's just 1 hour. Trust me, I always respect people's time. It's going to be an hour. And if you come and attend and stay till the end, you get my freebie PDF that my clients use when I give them, the necessary work to go and find their purpose. So come and join. And if you do attend, you get that for free, and you can take it away and you can ask me any questions if any come up, and you can go start working on your purpose on your own. Any questions, guys, regarding purpose, regarding how to become a purpose leader? What do I do with my clients? Alexis has a question. Could you say finding your purpose feeds your child within? Beautiful question. Offering joy and energy to allow the bigger child to do the work that's needed. Boy, yes. It's the more I am in this work, and I put my hand up on this, I'm in the philosophy of eudaimonia, of course, and not so much hedonia, not just follow your pleasure and not think about the bigger work you've got to do. But the more I realize, and the more I work on purpose. Hello, Panayoti. So the more I work with people on purpose, I realize that this child needs to follow its heart, and that is what gives us joy. So think of the purpose work that we do. At work, we just go and bring our logic, and our educational system has created such a heavy weight on reason and intellect, and how you should be professional, how you should look like, status, money, what position you have, all of that. And this is all very, very okay. There's nothing invalid about that. However, we forget that we have a heart, and we enjoy things, and we can smile, and we can come together, and we can connect better at work when we bring, our heart with it. So I will interpret your question, Alexi, as, feeding that child of ours, with exactly what it needs. And that truly goes back to what I said about bringing our authentic self in work. Not trying to filter who we are so that we look good all the time, but actually create a culture, if we are leaders, in our organizations. That's what I teach. Yesterday I was working with a client, and she said to me, look, I need to create a culture here. I'm a purpose leader now. How do I create that? So we worked on the handbook of how she creates that in her team, in her work, and how she allows others to bring their authentic self into that. And the only way to do that as a purpose leader is to literally bring your authentic self with strengths and weaknesses to the workplace and say, look, guys, I'm strong at this. I know that. And you reinforce that. But these are my weaknesses. Who can help me with those things? This is really being okay to bring your child, play, and connect with your heart, and be okay to allow others to do exactly the same. And that reinforces more and more authenticity at work, which creates a very, very strong sense of belonging. Because what is culture? What is community at work, right? It is being authentic. And the only way to be authentic is to be expressing your purpose and your full potential at any one point at work. And there is a possibility to do that anywhere we are. We just need to change and shift the frequency we're operating at, and we're operating within. And the only people who can do that, we can't control the others. We just have to tune in ourselves. And that connects back to Katerina's comment about, being in tune and being connected to ourselves constantly. If we close that channel, then that frequency stops, and that stops giving permission to others to be authentic as well. If we're not authentic, then others cannot be authentic in front of us. So I hope that answers your question, Alexi. Any more questions regarding purpose? Takes a bit of courage, eh? Nancy, being vulnerable and open up. People respect that nowadays, totally. And you are a leader in a huge organization, and I bet you have to do that constantly, Nancy, don't you? Yes. Yes, got a like on that. You're giving me goosebumps, Christina. Well, I'm getting them, that's why. Because we're connected, right? If I'm not authentic with you right now, you know that goosebumps wouldn't be happening on the other side. And you're in Crete. And I'm in Windsor. How cool is that? So, right, when we're connecting our truth, when we're speaking from our heart, this is when magic happens. And this magic can exist at work. It doesn't have to go in any certain package. It doesn't have to mean career change. It doesn't have to mean anything complicated. There's no drama into this. It's just tuning in and deciding to bring ourselves to work, and giving permission to anybody else to do exactly the same and holding space for them, right? And I think Effie, and if there are any coaches on the live, will know that very, very intimately, for sure. And by saying coaches, I mean leaders as well, yeah? Because coaching is really an ancient Greek art from Socrates. Right, guys? I want to receive more questions if you have any comments, perhaps something that you would like to keep from the live today. And of course, don't forget, Tuesday, Thursday, 7 p.m. UK time, come to my free webinar to talk about purpose and bring your questions there. I would love to start that journey for you and show you the mechanics of purpose and help you apply them in your life and change you into a purpose leader, but also give you the power to change others in your workplace, to do the same. You can do that. It's not just a purpose coach that can do that. Any questions, any comments? Otherwise, you will be allowed to go eat lunch. Katerina, can't wait for the webinar. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. If Joe, you can put the link again. Oh, Nancy, thank you so much. You are proving it every day, and I'm so amazed to see what you're achieving in a very, very difficult industry that, you are in, but you are living it and breathing it every moment. And I'm so amazed to see you thrive in it. I'm honestly honored, and you're a role model for sure for me. Yay, thank you, Joe. So guys, write any comments. We'll follow up with this live as well. If you've got any questions that come later, let me know. Do share the webinar with people you think that might be interested in finding out more about purpose. Honestly, share the knowledge, share the love. And I can't wait to see you next week. Oh my God, I'm getting nervous. So, love you lots, guys, and have a purposeful Sunday. And thank you, Alexi. Sending love, sending lots of it back. And see you next week. Bye bye.